Everybody get a number? If you don't have a number, let me know.
My number is 665. It says neighbor of the beast. What's that?
Neighbor.
Mine's 667.
Hey, we're neighbors. I appreciate your questions.
Well, mine says I want an infinity.
Wow. It's not a sideways 8, is it?
No, it's
My
infinity.
goodness. You get the prize no matter what.
Where's my
50's every
car?
number.
Where's the car keys?
I heard one time that Jimi Hendrix was being interviewed. And he said, so the interviewer said, so how's it feel to be the greatest guitarist in the world? And Jimi Hendrix said, I don't know, ask Phil Kagan.
I've heard that many times. I was in Southern California in the summer of '84. I worked at the Olympics, and I was listening to the Christian station out there called KYMS. And they had Phil Kagan on there for a morning show, and he played a little surf music. And they go, so I wanted to ask you, Phil, you've probably heard the story that somebody's interviewing Jimi Hendrix, and they asked him what's it like to be the world's greatest guitarist. He says, I don't know, why don't you ask Phil Kagan? Is that true? And Phil goes, I don't know, why don't you ask Jimi Hendrix? I heard a rumor, too, that Stevie Ray Vaughan on MTV Unplugged was sitting there playing. He goes, a lot of people ask me what my favorite album is. My favorite album is by this religious guy named Kemper Crab. It's called The Vigil. And I haven't been able to authenticate that, but Kemper Crab, this guy that's an archangel, he released a medieval worship album called The Vigil, which is about the night before he goes out on the crusade. He spends like a night in the vigil, and a lot of neat prayers and some really incredible songs. That might have been Stevie Ray Vaughan's favorite album.
Also, you guys ought to check out Desert High. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it because the premise is so interesting. It involves time travel, so it's very geeky. And I'm trying to talk Doug into joining us at some of the cons to promote it. I told him, that time travel is exactly the kind of thing that these con guys would enjoy. See,
Time travel.
That's right. I was thinking that we're probably Jesus cakes.
yeah.
That's the guy. I haven't heard that yet. I haven't seen that on a t-shirt yet. I'll give you the 30-second synopsis of this novel. I spent 5 years writing it, mostly because I had one magazine deadline interrupting me all the time every 2 months. But when I was a senior in high school, I played football. We were the Desert Scorpions. Our high school, Desert High, was located on Edwards Air Force Base, which is where the space shuttle lands in the desert when it can't make it to Florida. And all the flight testing and stuff was done. The movie All the Right Stuff was filmed about that place. But we were in the first round of the playoffs my senior year, the CIF playoffs, and we got ripped off by the referees. A lot of athletes, everybody knows an athlete that said that about some competitive event. But the refs actually met with our coach in Lancaster, California, the following Tuesday and said, we blew these calls and we're sorry. And the coach told us players, this is what they said, they're sorry. And I'm 49 years old now and I'm still not over that game. What happened is they ran 2 running plays in 6 seconds. They kept stopping the clock for them. There was no timeouts, no injuries, no incomplete passes, no penalties. No reason to stop the clock, but they did. And the very last play, the quarterback took the ball with both hands and pushed it in the end zone, kind of like an inbound basketball pass. My best friend saw the ball coming towards him, and he bats it down thinking, incomplete pass, game over, we win. Next round, we go on. But their offensive tackle jumps on the ball in the end zone. The referee signaled a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. So I'm in my office working on HM Magazine, and my brother-in-law, who worked on the base, calls me, Doug, you won't believe this? We've got a time machine, and we're looking for a guinea pig to send somebody back to fix a small, insignificant event, like a high school football game. So I go back to November of 1980 to fix that game, and that's what it's about. It's kind of like all the right stuff, meets Back to the Future, meets Friday Night Lights.
Back to the Future.
Does it make you feel better? At least you can fix it in your book?
Yeah, I had some incredible moments of resolution writing this. Like there were times where I pushed the keyboard away and kind of had a few tears and got goosebumps because I was definitely vicariously living through my character. Because one thing, if I was successful in fixing that game, which is no easy feat, when you talk to the refs or how do you overturn something like that? But if I'm successful in that game, that means we go to the second round, and that never happened for us. So I get to invent a whole game, and so anyway, it was very rewarding just to be able to kind of write that. I definitely had my moments of resolution.
I guess with that, we'll adjourn. So everybody.
favorite living set.
The issue so well, you could ask me.
Yeah, I'm surprised I beat you.
See what,
It'll look like if I sit down. I might do that.
all right.
Is that gonna work?
Yeah, I'll catch you, and then I'll adjust it when you,
Okay.
when you sit down. Why did it just,
I'm gonna sit down, and I might just try to mess with you and sit down, stand up, sit down.
hey, we'll make it work one way or another. I got editing prowess.
And then 1/2 sheet of that Scotch tape in.